Hi guys. So I figured we would discuss what you could be expecting overall energy for 2022. I may do like a full detailed reading for this, but right now I'm just going to do like an overall energy. I think I'm just going to pull 3 cards and that should be it. Okay, so if you feel like this crystal resonates with you, one of my favorite, feel free to fast forward by clicking the link below to pile 1. Pile 2, if you feel like this crystal resonates with you. Feel free to fast forward by clicking the link below to pile 2. Okay, I'm going to move ahead with pile 1. Pile 1, what is the overall energy for 22? I'm feeling like there's an oracle, like from back in the day. Back in the day, I mean like centuries ago, an oracle. These are the people, who was it? Was it fighters, leaders of wars, something like that? They would go to oracles to see, you know, would they win the war the following day, something like that. So I'm seeing like movements, decisions, choices to make, and you visiting like an oracle before you make these choices, something like that. I'm seeing you look at a necklace. I feel like I'm seeing a heart, but like you look at it, you inspect it. And this leads you to thinking of the word opal for some reason. I feel like that's what I'm seeing, maybe. The necklace just changed. It's definitely like a healing crystal or something like that on this necklace. And you're like taking it, you're just looking at it. I'm feeling like Venus energy, aesthetics, aesthetically beautiful, something like that in your presence. Aries, I am. Okay, so let's channel this before I get another card. I'm seeing you climb a power line. Wait, is it a power line or cable line? Like, no, it's a power line. I'm seeing you, sorry, trying to climb up and balance in your life. But it's like you don't know. You have this thing, because it's come through so many times, where it's like you get hung up on which door, which door, which door. And it's like you get so hung up that you don't open any doors. So it's like you stay in this stagnant energy, but yet be bothered by it. I feel like, so Aries, it's like, I feel like trying to feel your way out, feel your way up in this world, your power. Also, you could reach your happiness. But this part is like foggy for you because it requires some type of movement or some type of moves. And it's like, that's where it gets like hazy for you. So it's like, the Aries energy, I feel like, is like, are you doing it or no? Make a decision. I feel like this is the energy you may be feeling within yourself, with things you feel like with choices you feel like you have to make in order to do something you feel like you have to do. What can pile 1 be expecting? Overall energy, 22. I feel like I just saw the letter F. So that could be 6, balance. And just like this card, 13, 3 plus 1 is 4. 4, firm foundation, stability. That could be part of that too. I feel like I'm seeing somebody in bed. Like you as the ram, just laying in bed. I feel like this could possibly be a mix of that Venus energy, just because Taurus and Libra are ruled by Venus. So it's like sometimes there's a bit of laziness involved with this, unfortunately. There's a positive and negative aspect to each planet. Virgo, I analyze. Okay, so it's like thinking, thinking, thinking. Thinking, thinking, thinking. Thinking, thinking, thinking. This is the energy that's kind of at a stance. So Virgo, it's like you see the wheat in the background, or whatever you want to call that. Where is it? It's like it's supposed to be a grounding energy. it's where you see the fruits of your labor once you take the time to grow something. But I'm not seeing the growing part. That's the only thing. So I'm seeing you having a problem with balancing your energies. I feel like it's one of your karmic lessons, because I'm seeing Saturn's energy. So it may be really hard for you to stay focused on actually putting all this thinking into action. But that's why it's hard for you, because it's one of your lessons in this life to think and do. But you may get impatient with this, because that's what Aries do. We get impatient. So it's like when we actually go through with one of our ideas, it's like, wow, we actually did it. This is insane. Write this date down, because we don't usually do that. It's not our thing. We come up with all these ideas, but we don't usually do. So it's a miracle and a half when we do. So I feel like that's what's going on with you. It may be extremely difficult for you to do the do, and you would be right. If you see that so we're talking about growing and doing. So if you see in your natal chart, I would look in your natal chart where Saturn squares. Squares is that feeling of something's got to happen, something's got to happen, something's going to happen, but it's like an uncomfortable feeling. It's like, but it's the uncomfortable feeling that gets you to where you need to go. So like, as uncomfortable as this may be feeling, the second you actually just do it, then you're out of this energy. This 22's overall energy for you. Building. I'm just seeing you like career driven, like you're just focused on this. Yeah, I'm seeing you committed to building something. I feel like I'm seeing a tux, like a business suit, not a tux. Like a professional. So you may be considering building some type of business from the ground up, because I'm seeing you create something from the ground up. With a telephone on your shoulder. I'm getting a Wheel of Fortune vibe, because under the telephone, there's like this. And that is Saturn's energy, which means this will take time. And again, going back to Aries, we're impatient as hell. So this also may discourage you, because you may build something and not see fast results. But you're supposed to keep doing it. What's the line? If you build it, they will come. That's what's going on here. But, so anyway, getting back to Wheel of Fortune, that means it takes time. You're not going to see fast results, but you will see results. Like, it will come. Maybe you're trying to build something that gives you that lifestyle. Whatever you're trying to build, maybe it's not something where you have to get dressed up. I'm just seeing you dressed really nicely. So it's like, whatever this is, this gives you pride. It makes you feel good, confident. But I see you looking at Saturn in the sky, and you just get discouraged, and you just like, you're feisty. You just like close the curtain. Like, you don't want to look out the window anymore. You don't want to dream anymore. And it's like, I get that. But you have to like really think of it from a higher perspective. Like, what is this journey all about? Right? So it's like, we're here for a reason. We're just here to get what we want. That's it. Peace out. It's like, when, you know, because not everyone is meant to work super, super hard to get what it is they want. And not everyone has to work at all to get what they want because of inheritance or whatever. And then there's some people that just have to work to get what they want. Everybody has different karma coming into this life. So when your karma in this life to make money requires work and it'll happen over time, it means that a few different things. It means, number one, it'll be stable. So this is something that you can count on that will last you for the rest of your life. But that does mean whatever this is will require continuous work. So that could mean that you have to hire employees to always do whatever this is, unless it's you yourself doing it. But it will be worth it when Saturn's involved in that type of way. It will be stable. It will be lucrative. It will bring you happiness. And it'll bring a deeper type of happiness, because, as straightforward as this could be, because you worked for it. I know that sounds awful, but it's like, it makes sense. I'm not happy with it. I don't agree with it. But, you know, it is what it is. It's like, put up or shut up, right? It's like, it comes down to free will. Yeah, so you don't have to do this. So how's it working out? That's what I always ask. I'm like, yeah. Okay, I think back in time, like throughout my life, like when I was definitely feeling Saturn's energy. And I guarantee you I could look back at these charts, put in the date frame, the years, whatever, and I will see that shit. And I'll be like, so they were trying to push me to do that because I started that, but then I didn't go through with it. And then I'm like, oh, I see how that worked out for me. Oh my God. And it's like, if we just listen to the guidance that's being given to us through our soul, our spirit, it's because it's through love. It just doesn't feel like it. Compile to expect for overall energy in 22. Something about your third eye. Something about your third eye will nurture you. So it's like these higher wisdoms will guide you. But it's not the oracle, it's you. Hey. Scorpio, I transform. So Scorpio energy, I talk about it a lot. It's about the things that can't be seen, what's under the surface, the occult, magic, third eye, visions, meditation, going within. So all these numbers equal 6, which is balance. And I feel like that's the energy I'm getting. As long as you work through this Aries energy. Aries energy is hard to work through, so good luck. But I see you doing that. But this will take time. Aries, I am. Virgo, I analyze. Scorpio, I transform. So it's like, I feel like your higher self is going to be showing you something, and it's you, I repeat, it's you getting something on your own. And it just, it's almost as if like you have an aha moment, like Ace of Swords, you know? Like you get it now. Like it just hits home. And I guarantee you that's what drives you into this I am energy. No doubt in my mind. Most, what did that video say? Most CEOs, like most people that are like in top positions with these well-known businesses are like spiritual. They're either practicing meditation, they go within. They know that in order to maintain wealth or mental clarity, it takes going within. And I see you doing that towards the end. I see you having difficulty in the beginning. I see you depending on something for answers. And then it's like, you think some more, and then you get it. But your higher self helps you. It's like you end up connecting with your higher self because you end up like allowing your higher self in. Aries, I am. I guess I'm just a natural warrior. The Aries card says that it's okay to push now, just don't push too hard. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and the energy of this card is that of a dynamic trailblazer. Aries is the fire of creation. This means Arians can be highly creative. Since they are impatient, they are also blunt and to the point. They make no effort to pretend to be something other than what they are, which in their eyes is number one. Everyone needs to understand this. Arians tend to be genuine people who are not into playing games. They like matters to move fast. Since Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, it is represented by the primal human, one who must protect and defend. Aries people are highly ambitious and want to accomplish things quickly and in a no-nonsense way. Competition is what Aries is all about. Many feel the need to compete when the other party doesn't even care to. Traditionally, Aries is a warrior sign, which means being always on the defensive, ready for action. The Aries style of relating is that of a catalyst, using force, not of a peacemaker. They are interested in sports, and a number of Arians have a fascination with weapons. When this card turns up, expect things to move fast, for there is no time to take it step by step. It will all be a mad jump. It may be a time of testing your will. You will look best in situations where you make your own decisions rather than acting as an underlying. You may even find a supporting cast to help you finish your work. Wait, hold on. That was a good line. You will work best in situations where you make your own decisions rather than acting as an underling. So it's like, it doesn't matter what this oracle says. It's like, you just have to, and the oracle obviously is symbolism of something or someone guiding you. It's like, you don't need that. It's like you get in touch with yourself, because nobody knows better about you than you. You may even find a supporting cast to help you finish your work. Be responsible and disciplined in all of your actions. You will want to get things started and forge ahead. Do not buckle under the dramas or trivialities of others. This card marks a period where you are forceful and headstrong. You can now forge a direction or path as you have the vision and energy to do so at this time. So that is part of Saturn's energy, where it's like, you'll be tested. You'll be tested. Saturn will throw some things your way just to make sure you're ready. In love affairs, you will want to take the lead. You may attract spontaneous and enthusiastic lovers. Be ready to reach new plateaus. There may be the opportunity for more than one lover. Be advised to think beyond acting with aggression, especially in emotional dramas. In relationships, you or your partner will expect total freedom. However, avoid being quick-tempered, because when this card turns up, there is a need for caution. Be ready and measured rather than hot-blooded or impulsive. This marks a time where you need to be sensitive to the concerns of others, since you will want to move fast and strong without thinking things through. You may find yourself running into walls. You will not want to compromise right now, but you should just do that. Sometimes it's best to allow bygones to be bygones and let it go. Any fighting or conflicts will not serve you at this time. In fact, it may poison the waters and make matters worse. That is what Saturn is all about. It is all a test. Care must be taken to not be too foolish or rash. However, it's time to work for a cause and get things started. Just make sure you finish all you start. Aries card in brief: acting without thinking, assuming the role of the leader, demanding to be the most important one, not wanting to be wrong, being rash, being in a rush, being provoked or tested, facing challenges that stir you into action, bumping your head, having headaches, sports, athletics, team players, being number one in the game, seeing everything as a competition, wanting to prove you are the best, coming out on top, winning, taking chances with good results, being arrogant, losing your temper, combat, weapons, fights, troublesome people, dealing with insults from insensitive people, purchasing fast, big, or loud items, the colors red, orange, and bright blue, thunder and lightning, sudden storms, trips into the mountains, exploring uncharted territories, the vastness of nature, a love of large or strong animals. Corresponding tarot card: Ace of Wands. Nice. Key ideas: competition, zest, lust, speed, feeling stirred, being a leader, weapons, sports. All right, 18, analyze. Do not anticipate trouble or worry about what may never happen. Keep in the sunlight. Worry and organization are the key traits of the sign Virgo of this card. Virgo is picky and exacting. They can be insanely organized. They are very helpful to others. They tend to be critical, but usually this criticism is applied to themselves. They are consciously and highly intelligent. Virgo natives prefer to step back and analyze before moving ahead. Virgos are true worrywarts. Much of their worry focuses on health, possible disasters, and any sudden change which they dread. They would prefer to return to simpler times. Yeah, I know. The sign of Virgo governs the sixth house of health, natural remedies, and analysts. Diet and nutrition are also dominant themes for this Mercury-ruled sign. Virgo natives make the best doctors, nurses, health workers, teachers, and librarians. They are excellent writers, but not so much public speakers. They abhor bringing attention upon themselves as they feel this might attract criticism. They have brains that buzz like bees, and this can be exhausting. Virgos are highly strung, they overthink, they plan against what might go wrong, and hate it when things do go wrong. Virgos shy away from chaos and detest disarray. It isn't unusual for Virgo natives to keep books and musical collections in alphabetical order. The everyday chaos of life causes them to fret, leaving them restless and nervous. They tend to suppress what they are feeling, which can bring on stress-related illnesses. Those born under the sign love cleanliness and have diligent hygiene habits. They fear disease and germs. If this card presents itself during a reading, look to concerns about health, lifestyle, and your job. If you are expecting things to go normally or as planned, that will not likely be the case. Watch out for critical people who seem to pick at all you do, or perhaps you are now the picky person. Your mind may be beleaguered, whatever, by worries, some of them health related. Other worries may be that things have gotten out of control. This card sometimes indicates hospital doors, meaning medical tests and visits to the door. Alternative health approaches and a better diet may appeal to you now. Dealing with health issues, the workings of your own body, as well as those of your family or friends may factor in. But you could be belligered by worries that border on hypochondria. You may feel you have every disease you read or learn about. You may begin to have symptoms with little explanation as to why they occur. You may go for medical tests, but this card does not necessarily indicate a serious illness. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm laughing because I have like a majority of my planets in the 6th house. So it's like, I'm like, yep, this is all true. It's so sad, but true. This card also signifies a good time to get rid of your clutter. Living a cleaner life, focusing on details, and doing what needs to be done are now your focus. Other concerns would be your daily routine, 9 to 5 responsibilities, and mundane going on that may need your attention. Getting organized will enable you to get where you're going. This card also suggests you need to be more reliable in your approach. Problems won't go away. You must work, and they must be addressed. Virgo is a gentle sign, typically mild in nature, with a fondness for small animals, as well as feelings towards the planet world. Being one with nature, noticing the important details, being fully present in your work, drawing upon the wisdom of the critical mind, as well as attention to health and diet are all subjects associated with this card. Corresponding tarot card, the Hermit. That's why I saw you in bed. Key ideas, daily routine, the body, healing, worry, details, usefulness, hospital doors. Virgo card in brief, analyst, summing up a situation, evaluation, becoming organized, ridding yourself of clutter, correcting matters, being conscious, medical visits, hospitals, nursing homes, health concerns, the workings of the body, the gastrointestinal tract, the nervous system, diet, jobs and career, the 9 to 5 world, getting ready to work, working for others, serving others, being selfless, cleaning up the other people's messes, changes in job or workplace, opening a business, numbers and figures, shyness, feeling left out, not speaking up when you should, writing, books, bookstores, and libraries, growing a garden, obtaining a new pet, anxiety and worry, constant fear of not being perfect or of underperforming. Yeah. Sorry. So now that I think of it, there was a phone on your shoulder. I wasn't picking up on the energy with the phone represented, but the fact that it's on your shoulder, I think of that expression. Take the weight off your shoulders. I think that's the expression. Scorpio, I transform. Put your ear down close to your soul and listen hard. Acknowledging desire and surrendering yourself to the depths will serve you best at this time. Scorpio is one of the most fascinating signs in the zodiac. It is ruled by Pluto, planet of gutters and extremes, and is the sign of sex, money, and passion. It is a powerful sign. Scorpios have a bad reputation for ruthless behavior, which is not deserved. Like the other water signs, Scorpio is emotional, but not in the sympathetic way of Cancer or Pisces. When Scorpios enter a room, they don't have to say a word for the crowd to know. They can feel their energy, their depth, and their ability to understand others, all the while not revealing much about themselves, is profound. Scorpios inspire you to tell them your darkest secrets while revealing none of their own. When Scorpios feel deeply, they fear the loss of control, and they will sting when threatened or concerned. Almost always, Scorpios will deliver the last hit. Scorpio does not roll over and play dead. They never forget a slight. Nope, they write that shit down, the date and time. People of this sign will make their mark even when they have to do it all alone. If the Scorpio card comes up, then you are being tested. You are being tested. You may feel isolated and on your own without much sympathy or help from others. If so, it's time to stand on your own and fight those forces gathered against you. You will likely win and come out much stronger and happier than before, but it's still an intense time. There are a number of positive changes with this card. You will soon gain what you have worked so hard for. This card implies karmic issues. What did I tell you? That's right. You close the curtain, you're like, fuck this. Even the resurfacing of past life recollections, so many of your relationships now will be of a karmic nature and thus be tried as well. Your life may seem like a trial. Yep. Matters involving inheritances and money may figure in, such as heirlooms, legacies, and what comes through family or people you are tied to from your deep past. You may have to deal with someone who may plot revenge over something you may not be guilty of. It could also be time where enemies surface, so you could be wise to protect your reputation. Strong sexual attractions may arise, whether wished for or not. Obsessions are possible. It is wise not to get wrapped up in intrigues with people you don't know very well or have known only for a short time. Do not attempt to maneuver or manipulate anyone, as this will surely backfire. On the positive side, now is the time to be resourceful and guard that which you have worked for. If romance is your question, expect it to be transforming and not something you can leave aside. In some cases, your partner may seem aloof and hard to reach, and matters may erupt into unexpected passions. If surrounding cards indicate that things will progress, this may be one of the most important and transforming relationships you have ever had. In dealing with jobs and careers, expect intensity, restrictions, and demands. Sometimes when this card comes up, it indicates you will be going through a period of deep self-analysis. You may seek out a professional, or you may work through this time alone by reading or through reflection. Be careful when it comes to finances in areas such as taxes, property, and shared assets. You could have resounding success or tremendous losses currently, but the message is to take your chance, then stick with your decision no matter what. You have the ability now to make it work. Scorpio card in brief: a new thing born out of something thought dead. Resurrection, love born out of the deaths of passion, charisma, desire, sex, gutters, sewers, stagnant waters, funerals and graveyards, ghosts and hauntings, banks, inheritances, money or goods from a dead relative, the taboo, the unknown, secrets, blessings in disguise, therapists, going into the depths, Hades, autumn, when things die off, homicide. Why am I saying it weird? Homicide. Oh my god, homicide. I fucking shit. Oh my god. See, my Mercury's in the 6th house. This is literally killing my fucking soul right now. Homicide. Where was I? Paranoia. Yep. Suspicion. Seeing into the heart of matters. Being wise, not suffering fools. Agreements, but with caution. Resentment. Severity. Hidden aggression. Enemies. secret or open, psychic energy, powers, curses, and magic spells. Oh my God, that's right, the third eye. That's right. Powers, curses, and magic spells. Oh, I want to talk about that. Metaphysics, vampire stories, anything Egyptian, being innocent yet accused, feeling lonesome, aloofness, being singled out, not being left alone, stalkers, past lives, the idea that death is never final. Corresponding tarot card, death. Key ideas, transformation through desire, psychic ability, taxes, secrets, wins and losses, sexual attraction, secret affairs. So if I could recommend anything during this time in 22, because it sounds like, I always feel like when you're under that, when you're really feeling that Pluto energy of transformation, death, and rebirth, I feel like that's part of, and this is just my own personal opinion, so nobody quote me. This is just my personal experience. It's a karmic lesson. It's something you definitely signed up for. Your soul agreed to. Your soul is exactly where it's meant to be. It may not even feel like it, but it is, I assure you. Even if you're currently uncomfortable, you don't know where you're going in life, or you are unhappy, you're miserable, you are literally exactly where you were meant to be. You are meant to go somewhere, and I see you having trouble in the beginning with it, for sure. But it's like you do end up going through some type of transformation due to your own free will and you getting in touch with your higher self. Now, I believe when Saturn's involved with specific things, it's very, very important not to be doing stupid shit. Okay, and I'm going to be very honest and open about it. It's more so important. I don't think like anybody should live this, try to live this perfect, keen, peachy, perfect life just because they're afraid of Saturn's energy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to say because of karma, but unfortunately, when you're being tested, which I can tell you right now, you're most certainly going to be tested and you're going to be feeling that energy. When you're being tested, they're going to throw those repetitive things you do that aren't good for you your way along your journey, just to make sure you're ready. Because whatever this is stable. This is stable. This takes you to where you need to go, where you want to go. And it's something that's going to make you happy. And this is why it always happens usually later on in life for other people. There's some people who, get, this early on in life, but it's either A, taken away from them because they weren't ready for it. Like literally, you could see it in your natal chart. Like some people are just not ready for this. And that's why it happens later on in life when you're more mature, but they will test you intentionally. So I would highly suggest not doing anything stupid, anything that's bad, anything bad against other people. So you know what I mean by that? Like, don't, like it talked about, what did it say? It doesn't even matter. But so what are these bad things I'm talking about? Like, don't steal. Don't take advantage of someone. Don't start fights with people just to like release that anger. Sometimes we do that and we're not even aware of it. Sometimes I think some people are aware of it, to be honest with you. So anything like that, like a low frequency, don't do that because you will feel Saturn come right back at you really quick. Like Saturn is the planet, the Lord of Time. So usually, sometimes, when shitty things happen to us from people, we're like, when are they going to get their karma? When are they going to... And it's like, usually you don't see it. Sometimes you do see it. Sometimes you don't. But sometimes that takes time. But when you're being tested, you're literally going to feel... It's going to be a ricochet effect. Literally. Boomerang. You're going to do something shitty and it's going to come right back at you. So if like this is the energy you've been feeling, because usually when something like this is happening, you usually begin to feel it, I think, a year before the actual test. Like there is like a timeline where you start feeling that planet's energy. And I feel like it's combined with other planets' energy as well. You know, is it squaring another planet where it gets you moving? You know, Mars energy. In your case, it looks like it's a little stagnant. So your Mars energy is probably, you know, not, it probably doesn't, you know, the word would be trine, which is that little triangle where it blends well. It's harmony with Saturn, and Saturn's the strict dad that wants you to be the best person you can be. So I really doubt your Mars is doing well with Saturn. I don't know. That's just a guess, I would have to say. But you're probably feeling all those energies, and it's like you have to work through that. It's intentional. It's part of your soul contract. It's part of your life, your karmic lessons that you agreed to while coming into this life to clear up so you can get to where you want to be. And that's why it's hard. That's why you are having difficulty. It's meant to be hard. So that way you can appreciate what you have. So we got fire, earth, water, energy. It's gonna be a bumpy road. No, but it's really good because I feel like all of us at some point feel that energy, but it's not part of everyone's path to feel it immensely like that, you know? So it's like we may know people who have experienced something very similar to what, you know, your reading just was, but they would never look at it that way. They'd be like, you know, let's say it's a parent. They'd be like, yeah, you know, I had difficulty figuring out what I wanted to do in life. And then one day I just woke up and figured it out. And, you know, I just stuck to it. You see what I mean? Like, everybody feels these planets' energies, but to what degree? Some of us are meant to be in touch with the cosmos, to really understand it, to be into astrology, to be into philosophy. Like, we are destined to be into that, to understand it. And when you do understand it, that's your fucking power. That's your magic. It doesn't mean life is like easy, you know, like life's not easy. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm at the beginning of me just figuring all this stuff out. So it's exciting. All right, I'm going to go. But, yeah. All right. Love and peace and serenity. Okay. Pile 2. Hi, pile 2. Okay. So what can you expect in 22? Overall energy. I'm seeing a ladder. I also feel like I'm seeing the letter H. That's 8, right? Yes. So 8, Saturn, ladder, working. Okay. You'll be working. You will be moving up, but working at it. I don't think this is a teardrop coming from your eye, but it's something. I definitely just saw a fish. So it's like, I feel like it's representative of releasing. Or maybe it's like, because I'm telling you, it wasn't a teardrop. It was like, but it was something representative of emotions. Like, I feel like being open. I'm definitely seeing like this clear hamster ball. going around. I feel like in your mind. I feel like you're in this hamster ball going around in circles. I feel like it could have to do with expressing emotions, because I feel like they're going back to the eyeball again. And I feel like I'm seeing time, so this will take time. So I feel like maybe you have karma, because that's what's already coming up, is Saturn's energy, with communication, with expressing how you feel, like how you actually feel. I think it comes out another way, and then when you try to think, it comes through as a hamster in a ball. I feel like I'm seeing a butterfly though, so I feel like this transforms. Yeah, I feel like I'm seeing a book. I feel like I'm seeing your heart. So it's like, and again, we're going back to the eye with the fish. I feel like by you, I feel like if you keep expressing yourself, just like anything, things take practice over time. So you may be a little bit closed off. So it's like, because you're closed off and you're trying to be more open, it's like the words just don't. It's either the tone, your inflection, it doesn't match how you really feel. Let me see the cards I could channel. Capricorn, I use that's Saturn's energy. There's Saturn. The background. And Capricorn, it's Saturn. So yeah, with Saturn, it takes work. You have to put effort into this. Something to do with expressing yourself. Sorry. I feel like I'm seeing a glow up. Like, I feel like I'm seeing this Capricorn somehow hold the globe. And then at some points it goes half black, half white. So it's like after balancing something, I feel like it then turns into that Pokeball from Pokemon. I didn't really watch the show, but I knew the line, gotta catch 'em all. So I feel like there's a glow up or something like that. Like, but you know, Saturn's all about slow growth. So I feel like something happens, but yeah, like I'm seeing you write. I'm seeing you put in work with whatever this is. Something with expression. I do see that there's movement with it. Oh, I love that it's 22. I just noticed that. What can pile 2 expect? Overall energy, 22. Signs. So maybe synchronicities. happiness, seeing that. Oh my God, I hate when I do that. I'm sorry. They're doing like this 360 view though, and I'm just like, so I don't feel like this is you. Hold on. So I'm seeing somebody. Wait, I want to see, is this you? Jupiter energy. Russian roulette. So it's like I saw somebody looking out a balcony, and it's like they saw like the world in front of them, like the world is their oyster. But it was kind of just like there was this moment where I've done it before too, where like on the patio they were like leaning, and then they, I don't know, they just like rested their head on their hands, almost like, am I really doing this? You know, something like that. I don't know how to explain it. Like it's a gamble, but it was so bright. It felt good. It felt right. And I feel like the scene was wherever Aladdin was. Like I saw those like buildings. And then all of a sudden I saw, I guess, a casino. Russian roulette. Taking a gamble. Oh, but you won, though. I don't think I said that because I saw... It's actually not how it works. So, but in the vision, it was some symbolism of you winning. Oh. Fifth house, creativity. The mask. Maybe that's why I couldn't tell if this was you. Maybe it's like the energy that's going on inside. All right, let me try to channel that. Sorry. So there's movement here. I'm seeing temples, which makes sense because you were learning. It's really weird because I'm definitely seeing the White House too. So maybe stepping into your power. I feel like that's what it's symbolic of. I feel like it's like you figure out your passion in a career, and it's like this. So when you do that, okay, it really, trying to think of how to phrase it. It helps you step into your power because it gives you confidence and reassurance as to who you are, what you do in this world. And it's like nobody can take that away from you. So it's like you found this thing that goes somewhere. It's like it's a career, it's creative, it's, you know, it's something that requires work. Like you do need work with this, but I saw you getting better with it. And it brings you happiness. It's like that's the beginning to really stepping into your best self, is when you take control of your life. When someone tells you that there's like this, you know, do you want to be the best version of you, right? Let's say it's one of those like infomercials and you're like, tell me more. You know, it's like, how are you not sold, you know? But a lot of people aren't sold on it because of the work that's involved in it, and it is work. So it's like, to be the best version of yourself, you'd have to really either, you know, get in touch with an astrologist who can read you your natal chart, tell you what you're meant to do in this life, what you would be really good at, where your fortune would come in from, what your north node is, which is the best version of yourself. So it's like all tied into one. And it's like when you do that, everything else falls into place. Some people do this without even realizing it. And then some others get lost along the way, and that's fine. I guarantee you it's in their soul contract. They were meant to get lost along the way. And that's fine. Because knowledge is power. Knowing who you are is power. And knowing who you are, like really understanding and getting confirmation, is looking into the cosmos, the natal chart, where the planets were when you were born. And I love that. So when you step into this best version of you, it's like law of attraction. You can only attract good things. And that doesn't mean that negative things can't get in touch with you, or you don't bump into negative things here and there, but you're more aware of what that energy looks like, smells like, sounds like. You just are. Because you're more in touch with your higher self, your intuition. Nobody can mess with that. It takes a lot of pain to go through to finally understand your worth and why you're worth living your best life, connecting with people who deserve your energy, why you deserve true friendships, true love. But to get those, it means you actually have to believe in that within yourself. It can't be an act. A lot of actors are out there. A lot of actresses are out there. They could win Golden Globes, but they're really not fooling anybody at the end of the day. They can't fool themselves, you know, they're not happy. It's a matter of accepting that happiness. Wait, I said that wrong. It's a matter of knowing that, accepting that, right? It's kind of like a denial thing at first. It's like, no, I'm happy. I'm happy. We're happy, right? And then it's like, I'm not happy. You know, like, how could anybody be happy if they're surrounded by shitty people? But then it's like you got to take a step back and realize, wait, why am I surrounded by shitty people? So when you step into your purpose in this life, nobody can touch you. Only the people you want. And that's really fucking powerful. And people feel that. People know that. Self-love is so important. It's so beyond important. I think about that sometimes. I'm like, well, I don't understand. Like, I feel like I love myself. So how do I attract all these different type of people that I attract? And it's like, you do, but you don't have respect for yourself in the sense that you try to understand why these people do the things they do. And that's great that you feel like you can understand it, because it's only my opinion at the end of the day. It doesn't make it a fact, doesn't make it true, right? We have to higher way of thinking, higher perspective. My opinions don't make it a fact, don't make it true. And it can make me feel better at the end of the day knowing, okay, these people just do these things because of, you know, their own personal issues. But it's like, you still stayed around. You still stayed past your welcome sign. This goes with friendships too. Sometimes we lie to ourselves and say, no, we need to still stay friends with these people that we've been friends with since we were in elementary school or junior high or 10 years now. And it's like, does this person symbolize true friendship to you? Do they have your back behind your back? Do they want to build with you? You know, it's like when you finally have the power of knowing who you are, because that really is a superpower. I love it. I heard that line and it's like so true. You will be so quick to cut out any person, any energy that does not serve a purpose in your life. If they don't have good intentions, or if it's not a balanced relationship, I mean with family, friends, and lovers. When you step into this, there's no playing around with that. You don't want any involvement in that. Only healthy, good relationships can come from this. I'm seeing the X-ray of somebody's teeth. It's like you have this X-ray vision when speaking with people. It's like you have this intuitive knowing of relating with people. Ooh. Just the one. Pisces, I believe. Which was the fish coming out of your eyes. I love it. So I don't see any fish. Oh, they're there. Okay, let's channel this. I'm seeing the number 8 again. So there's definitely a message about time. I feel like I'm seeing, what is that thing a judge uses? I forgot what it's called. But I feel like I see you like dragging that. Like you have a hard time kind of like, I don't want to say believing in yourself, but it's like being something of authority, something like that. So you may be a little bit submissive, and it's like you're trying to step out of that. I feel like I'm seeing the number 4. So I feel like what you're building is a firm foundation. That's the Capricorn. That's earth energy. That's funny. And there's that chair where the queen or the king sits. And I'm seeing the dragon head, which is symbolic of the North Node. Oh my gosh. I love it. So I feel like what's happening is like you're going for something that feels good to your soul, like the better version of yourself, like self-love, self-healing, expressing yourself, pushing yourself, trying to work through blockages. That's what I see happening in 22. A lot of purple here. Okay, so 22. Time, the corrector when our judgments err. It is time to focus on your objectives and not let up. Ruled by Saturn, the planet of hard luck, the sign of Capricorn is personified by the goat that climbs the steepest cliffs to gain worldly success. Capricorn is a resourceful sign, and those under its influence long for power and prestige. There is no one more ambitious than a Capricorn. They really do want to take the world by the horns. They are more spiritual goats, of course, but the aim of most Capricorns is fundamentally practical in nature. With them, there are no careless wanderings into fairyland. This mountain goat looks for a physical niche, and through some glorious contact by which they can achieve, their aim is to come up in the world. Remember the ladder? No matter what it takes. This is the reason behind the motto for Capricorn, I use. Since Saturn is their god, Capricorns are interested in what's solid, what can be seen, touched, or bought. Capricorns utilize their energies towards some concrete purpose rather than daydreams and the imagination. When Capricorns do indulge in dreams, they always dream big. They are insanely ambitious and often good-looking. Capricorns appear mature early in life and then grow younger and younger looking with each passing year. When the Capricorn card turns up in a reading, it denotes a time of diligence and hard work. There is a gaining in status and reputation. Whatever you've toiled over and especially sacrificed for, you are ready for splendid results to be revealed. Keep in mind this gain may be slow and systematic, but that you are heading towards something solid and lasting. You are about to meet all the right people who will back you and your goals. Some may be greater in status than you, but they will show you the ropes or support you in some substantial way. By all means, do not lose them. Capricorn is the sign of drive and ambition. Therefore, you may feel more driven than usual. In essence, this card is saying to put childish things away and take responsibility. Go for what you want in a systematic way. Beware of looking back and staying in the shadows. It's time to unleash your talents upon the world. Do not let up. Go out on a limb. If your question is to do with romance or relationships, then these may take on more serious tones. Matters should grow deeper and more committed. It could be that one partner is older, higher in social rank, or will be a guide or teacher to the other. It may also mean one is more serious than the other. Since Capricorn is a methodical earth sign, your outcome may progress gradually, unfolding at its own pace. You won't be able to rush matters. Everything must happen in its own time, not yours. Career and your profession are also important, and you can expect to see changes there too. This card can indicate skeletal problems such as broken or porous bones, spinal issues, drains, or even dental issues. Make sure you are getting enough calcium and vitamin D. Capricorn is the sign of time, maturity, and age. So if you develop an illness, it will be one that has been coming on for a long time. You could be awaiting an outcome or judgment, so look to the surrounding cards to determine whether it will be a good one. You may also be waiting for an answer or resolution to something long overdue. With the Capricorn card, you can be assured the answer will be just and fair, especially if you have worked hard and kept your nose to the grindstone. With this card in a spread, you will not be defeated. Capricorn card in brief: ambition, goals, and the outdoors, mountainous areas, heights, cliffs, skyscrapers, publicity, fame, and infamy, the father or person who plays a fatherly role, judges how others view you, power using force, meeting people in power, the boss, bureaucrats, management, prudence, stubbornness, staying the course, determination, the payoff, willpower, staying strong, pewter and other metals, rubies and onyx, the colors black and brown and gray, procrastination, antiques, times, measure, old age, old world traditions, world map, work, not being given any slack, karma, fatalism, tough luck, dwelling on the past, looking back, not forward, using what you have, pine trees, dry wit, teachers and teaching, toothache, I don't know how to pronounce it, rheumatism, and other aches and pains, loyalty, commitment in marriage, corresponding tarot card, the devil, key ideas, ambition, playing by the rules, moving up in the world, fame, infamy, bones. So I think based off the vision, it's definitely moving up in the world in like due time. And it has to do with something about speaking. Fifth house, creativity. Every child is an artist. The problem is staying an artist when you grow up. Be happy. Give yourself the gift of happiness. If the zodiac had a fun house, it would be the fifth house. Pleasure, creativity. And children are all elements of this house. Being ingenious and in the limelight in another element. We find our childlike imaginations through storytelling and fantasy. Playing is very much what the fifth house is all about. That's why this part of the chart also rules over romance, especially the beginning stages. As children, our imaginations know... Oh my god, I thought it stopped filming. I was like, I'm not recording this again. When the fifth house brings romance, we also enter into a kind of playfulness, a sensual joy that happens inside the playground of adulthood. This card, turning up in a reading, indicates that you have created or will begin to create something to be proud of, something that will bring others joy. It may have you on a stage or just an area where adults can let down their hair and become, as children, responsive, joyful, and free. You can expect the completion of a project or the accomplishment of a significant goal for which there will be a celebration. You have put hard work into a project and will now see the results. Gifts, parties, gatherings, premieres, galas, or even a wedding may figure in. You could become involved in a school setting with children or mostly young adults. Since the fifth house is the natural house position for the sign Leo, someone close to you, a potential lover, a mate, or the two of you together will make a striking appearance. It's time to go out and be seen. This card may turn up during the time of a budding romance. Perhaps your current relationship will go through a positive transformation, or perhaps there is a new potential mate on the scene. The fifth house is also strongly tied to artistic expression, meaning art of every kind, from painting to drawing to creating stage sets, costuming, writing stage and screenplays, making films, as well as music. If you're a parent, the fifth house stands for your children. It also stands for other offspring, such as grandchildren, and sometimes even the friends of your children. This card turning up could indicate that a younger relative is about to be singled out for special acknowledgement. The Jupiter card. Remember I said Jupiter? The Jupiter card appearing next... Okay, well, it didn't appear, but still it's being mentioned. The Jupiter card appearing next to the fifth house card in a special spread points to awards and rewards, while the Saturn card next to the fifth house card could indicate a depression or the slowing up of energy or the feeling of being stuck. If it were the Leo or Neptune card, it would designate creativity in abundance. The fifth house card is all about finding joy in creativity and self-expression, with promise of jubilant return to childhood. It can denote a carnival-like atmosphere where life becomes a three-ring circus, but usually in the best way possible. It is all about multitasking, taking... Oh my gosh, that was... Okay, so hold on, before I continue reading. The Jupiter card appearing next to the fifth house card in a spread points to awards and rewards. So I feel like it came up in the vision because that's what it's saying here. So I don't really care that the Jupiter card didn't show up in the reading, the card spread. I feel like it's saying you're going to be awarded and there's going to be rewards. I feel like, so it says, while the Saturn card next to the fifth house card could indicate a depression or the slowing up of energy or the feeling of being stuck. That goes back to you being in the hamster ball in your mind. So I definitely feel like with creative energy, I feel like you see those people all the time where it's like, this is something they struggle with. It's like 1 minute they got it, and then 1 minute there's blockage because of the overthinking, I feel like. So then, remember I said there's this person leaning over the balcony, looking over everything. That is such a 3 of Wands in tarot card. And that's what they're describing right here. Let me find the line. It can denote a carnival-like atmosphere where life becomes a three-ring circus, but usually in the best way possible. It is all about multitasking, taking on more than is expected, and then making a spectacular success of it. This is the card of the mastery and victory in a deep way, such as that which you already carry inside your heart. All is possible now. The most important thing is to move forward. Fifth house card in brief. Pleasure, laughter, parties, getting a rush, attraction, the early stages of romance, or the joyous element of found in healthy romance, flings, love-making, weddings and marriage, children, childlike delights of the soul, being proud of offspring or students, pride, acting in a dignified or noble way, being of pure heart, art and the creative impulse, creating for dramatic or public purpose, the public, appearing in front of an audience, the stage, applause, stage, plays at schools, making movies and videos, B-movies, the entertainment business, graphic novels, games, puzzles, expressing your creativity in unique and in inventive ways, with a view to presenting your work to a public forum. Corresponding tarot card, 6 of Cups. Key ideas: the bliss of childhood, creativity, the stage, staying open. hobbies, having fun, festivities, free expression. Pisces, I believe. I must be a mermaid. I have no fear of depths and a great fear of shallow living. That's beautiful. In faith and trust, you must surrender to what is. Pisces, the double fish, is ruled by Neptune, god of the waters, oceans, and seas. It is a mutable sign, and its home being the 12th house of self-undoing. It is mysterious and unfathomable, but can indicate a life that needs clarifying as well as definition. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac and symbolizes the old soul, one who has passed through many lives, has picked up much here and there are experienced almost everything along the way, but sometimes doesn't process things well and tends to repeat mistakes. Pisceans have trouble maintaining boundaries, sometimes even feeling half erased. If you have ever observed a Pisces, you may notice they don't appear as intelligent as they really are. You could even call them gullible or vague until you start cranking out works of genius, and they can be so physically tuned in, it'll knock your socks off. Pisces is a beautiful sign with much compassion, denoting true visions that link up with the collective. Those ruled by this sign know much, know it all deep down, but have trouble sorting matters out. They are able to sense deeply, except for certain things extremely bad for them, which turn into mishaps and disasters. But through it all, Pisces still survives. Ew. This is so gross. Sorry, I don't know if you heard that. Dreamers, artists, composers, poets, mystics, victims, and prisoners all fall under the rulership of this water sign. There is little doubt that higher consciousness falls under the domain of Pisces. In a superficial way, it looks as if the world is their oyster with their talent. Didn't I say that? Like the world is your oyster? Something like that. It looks as if the world is their oyster with their talent, beauty, sensitivity, and connectedness with the unknown. Pisces sees the best and is an idealist, but the flip side of this is cynicism, which can come in waves. So dreams will lead you now, but clear thinking is a must. You may be extra sensitive to beauty currently. Poetry courses through you. You feel connected to the source. You like the idea of surrendering to what is. Compassion flows. Take advantage of inspiration and channel it to the creative project. If you have a notion or a dream, swim to it. Capture that wave. A great idea from the past may reemerge, but you may want to return and finish it. But you will want to tackle this idea soon when you are inspired to the entire matter could disappear into the rushes of the deep. About your question, you may be confused by the reactions of others or simply unable to get to the correct answer. Pisces can be like a pristine sea or the muck of a swamp, so getting lost is a danger. Make sure you're not being pulled under by other people's complications. It's even possible you have someone in your life who saps you. Usually this is not intentional, but because of some delusional way of unthinking or viewing the world, that clouds the issue. Don't fall into the same confusion. Make sure you are protected and have the proper boundaries. You may have physical symptoms, but find no reason for them. Be careful when this card comes up, especially in regards to medicines or drugs, because allergies and strange reactions to medications may develop. When the card Pisces is involved, circumstances may covert or at least obscured from view. Pisces card in brief: dreams, visions, surrendering, paranoia, confusion, a sense of being erased or having fragile boundaries, sensitivity, compassion, serving others, linking up with the collective, wanting to merge, knowing all but having trouble sorting it out, trouble getting on track, floating and feeling adrift, the sleaze factor, self-undoing, getting caught up in the wrong crowd, being caught in a snare, seeing enemies as friends or friends as enemies, sensing much, except for really bad stuff, obvious to others, being gullible, lacking critical thought, joining the crowd when it's not a good idea, seeing the best, then turning cynical. Candles, perfumes, and intoxicating smells. Oils, art, painting, music, and poetry. Voice of the universal consciousness, the spirit world speaking to the dead. Being sucked in by odd religions or beliefs. Interest in the God or spirituality of all kinds. Toxins, drugs, allergic responses. Corresponding tarot card, the Hangman. Key ideas: compassion, oneness, art, the unconscious, music, water, being a victim. Poetry, compassion, oneness. I feel like with the Hangman, it's like you're, oh shit, whoa. Yeah, whatever. It's like something comes to light. I just feel like you're going for something this year. And there's stability in this. There's creativity. And work. Yeah, so when you add up all these numbers, it equals to 3. And I feel like it goes back to that 3 of Wands energy. So I feel like got earth energy, fire energy, water energy. I love it. So it's like you keep going because of you being grounded and probably feeling Saturn's energy. You're doing something creative with expression. I see that you need a little work with it, but it works out. And something to do with expressing your feelings. I don't know. Something to do with creative. Being creative. So that's what I got for you. Wow. I'm over it. Okay, so I'm sending you love and light and peace and yeah, all that good stuff. Bye.